The prime fishing windows, best times to catch fish in a 24-hour day. Fishing isn't just about luck, it's about timing. Understanding fish feeding behaviors at different times of the day is a crucial part of becoming a successful angler. Fish follow a daily biological clock influenced by water temperature, dissolved oxygen levels, and light conditions. Let's break down the optimal fishing periods throughout a 24-hour day and uncover the best strategies to make the most of your fishing trips. All-day period analysis. Harness the fish's biological clock to double your catch. 1 early morning, 5 to 8 o'clock, the golden window of breakfast time. Why it works. Water temperature is low and stable, and dissolved oxygen levels are high. Fish, especially those that have spent the night in deeper waters, are hungry and actively moving to shallower areas to feed. Target species. Crucian carp, grass carp, bream. These species are particularly responsive to bait. Fishing techniques. Location, shallow shore areas, 1 to 2 meters deep, near aquatic grass, reed clusters, or river inflows. Bait, fish-scented baits like earthworms, redworms, or fishy commercial baits. You can add a bit of wine-soaked rice to attract fish. Equipment, use short rods, 3.6 to 4.5 meters, for easy handling, thin lines, and small hooks for enhanced sensitivity. Tip, keep noise to a minimum to avoid scaring the fish. Too late morning, 9 to 11 o'clock, the first active peak of the day. Why it works. Water temperatures begin to rise, and mid-upper layer fish become more active, foraging for plankton or insects in the surface or mid-waters. Target species. Pelagic fish like topmouth coulter, whitebait, bream, silver carp, and bighead carp. Fishing techniques. Depth, adjust the float to 1 to 2 meters deep or use the suspending method to mimic natural foraging. Bait, use fast dissolving baits like pole bait, loose feed, or sour baits to attract fish. Equipment, opt for long rods, 5.4 meters or longer, for casting distance and thin lines with sensitive floats. Strategy, cast frequently, lift the rod regularly, and keep the bait moving to stimulate feeding. 3 noon, 12 to 1400 hours, siesta time, proceed with caution. Why it works. Water temperatures peak, and dissolved oxygen levels drop, leading most fish to retreat into deeper waters or shaded areas to avoid the heat. Fish are less likely to feed during this time. Suggestion. Unless you're targeting heat-tolerant species, e.g., tilapia, avoid fishing in the hottest part of the day. Use this time to rest, adjust gear, or observe water conditions for later. For afternoon, 1500 hours to 1700 hours, gradually improving, gearing up for dusk. Why it works. Water temperature begins to fall, and fish begin to regain their feeding activity, although not as aggressively as in the early morning. Target species. Bottom-dwelling fish like crucian carp, and grass carp become active again. Fishing techniques. Location, focus on deep shallow transition zones, areas under tree shade, or backwater bays. Bait, use vegetarian baits like corn kernels or wheat grains, or a blend of fishy and fragrant commercial baits. Strategy, extend the waiting time and avoid frequent rod lifting to prevent startling the fish. 5 evening, 1800 hours to 2000 hours, the perfect dinner feast opportunity. Why it works. Water temperature stabilizes, dissolved oxygen levels rise, and fish come out of their midday slumber to feed in large numbers, particularly the nocturnal species preparing for their midnight meals. Target species: black carp, silver carp, bighead carp, yellow catfish, carp, etc. Fishing techniques. Location: fish in deep waters, 3 to 4 meters, near reservoir dams, spit formations, or open water areas. Bait: use fermented corn, fishy pellets, pork liver, chicken intestines, or other strong-scented baits. Equipment: use long rods, 6.3 meters or longer, thick lines, and large hooks to handle big fish strikes. Tip: set up a heavy feeding spot in advance, then wait patiently for the golden hour just around sunset. 6 Night, 2100 hours to 1 o'clock, the mystical hour for night fishing enthusiasts. Why it works. With a quiet environment and no light disturbance, bottom-dwelling fish like catfish and carp approach the shore. Nocturnal species like snakehead and yellow catfish reach peak activity during these hours. Target species: catfish, carp, yellow catfish, snakehead, and other night feeders. Fishing techniques. Equipment: use electronic floats, night fishing lights, blue or purple, and night fishing alarms to track activity. Bait: try animal offal like chicken liver, pork liver, earthworms, or fishy pellets. Add fishy additives for extra attraction. Location: fish near shallow shore areas, under bridge piers, or near rocky piles. Safety tip: always go with a companion, carry lighting equipment, and be prepared for potential hazards like mosquitoes or snakes. To avoid low efficiency periods to maximize efficiency. Early morning dormancy, 2 to 4 o'clock. Why it's not ideal. Fish enter deep dormancy during these hours due to low water temperatures and are unlikely to feed. Best to skip. Avoid fishing during this period for better chances later. Adjustments for special weather. 2 hours before thunderstorms, fish become more active due to barometric pressure changes. Use this window, but prioritize safety. Windy days, fish tend to gather in downwind locations, where dissolved oxygen is higher. 1 hour after rain, rain increases food supply and oxygen levels, making fish more likely to bite. Great time for shallow water fishing. 3 seasonal and weather bonus tips. Summer. High temperature periods, avoid midday heat, 12 to 1400 hours, focus on early morning, 5 to 9 o'clock, and evening, 5 to 9 o'clock. Night fishing advantage, cooler nights make big fish more likely to approach the shore. Spring and autumn. Small temperature differences, fish are active throughout the day, but midday, 10 to 1500 hours, is prime when there are larger temperature shifts between morning and evening. Breezy days, fish activity is stable all day, so you can fish across multiple periods. Winter. Sunny days, focus on warmer periods, 10 to 1400 hours, in deeper waters, over 3 meters, for species like crucian carp and carp. Cloudy days, low water temperatures reduce fish activity. Winter fishing can be tricky. 4 practical tips, details determine success. Dynamic bait adjustment. Early morning and evening, use fishy baits. Afternoon, switch to vegetarian baits like corn or wheat. Big fish in deep waters, use strong scented baits for deep water species. Flexible equipment adaptation. Summer, increase float weight by 0.3 to 0.5 grams to prevent drifting in hot weather. Night fishing, shorten sublines, 10 to 15 centimeters, to reduce tangles and improve signal transmission. Observe water conditions. Fish bubbles or surface jumps, move your fishing spot accordingly. No bites in 2 hours, consider changing your location or fishing method. Mindset and patience. Fishing requires patience, don't rush. Stay calm, especially during the golden hours, and avoid frequent bait changes or movements. Mastering the art of timing and technique is essential for maximizing your fishing success. By adapting to fish feeding patterns, adjusting to seasonal shifts, and optimizing your gear, you can become a time master and increase your catch significantly. Whether it's the tranquil early morning or the exhilarating night fishing hours, there's a perfect time for every type of fishing. Seize it.